Welcome to the next video in our mini-series on how to become a management consultant. In this video, we're going to take a look at salary expectations, how much a management consultant might earn. I had a look at, I've got like a few reference points here really. So over on the Indeed Career Guide website, this is based on a piece of their own research. The average salary for a management consultant is £54,876 per year. It is January 2025 as I record this. So that's what Indeed's research suggests. Other websites I've been using repeatedly through this series of videos. We've got the UK National Careers Service is suggesting a starting salary might be 27,000 up to 60,000 for an experienced consultant. I think that's really low personally. I'm not sure I completely agree with that, but I think it's useful to look at different sources. And then again, if we jump over to the Prospects website, I think they've got like a bit more of a detailed breakdown on here. They're suggesting a starting salary for a graduate or entry level role is 30 to 45,000. I'd be inclined to agree with that. I think that's more like it. You might be working for nothing if you get an internship and they're going to be promising you a fantastic experience and lots of education. That is not on here, I don't think, but is worth considering. I think a lot of sort of relatively junior, like a business analyst role might be sort of 27 to 37, something like that. I think if you've got a few years experience, like it says here, 2 to 5 years experience, you should be then looking at a pretty good salary. I would call that 45 to 65k. Once you go into more senior role within that structure, and it will very much depend on the employer, but then you're probably looking at more like between 55 and 80. This is closer to my own anecdotal experience of what people I know, family members even actually, what they earn. And then it does go on to say that you could earn in the region of 70 to 110. Yeah, I think that's very reasonable once you're quite senior. Once you've probably got like 10 years of experience, you are going to be earning that. And then I think there is a small number of people, if you do end up earning, if you do end up running a consultancy, or you're a head of a department, or you're quite senior or something, then you could be looking at more like 120 to 180. And then they do also mention here that if you're a partner grade, so you might almost be kind of like like a partner in a large consulting firm, then 250k, it could be even more than that. What you're billed out at as a consultant, as an employed consultant, is going to be quite different. So if you do jump across, and this might be relevant for people who are thinking about you've had a career, you're mid-career somewhere, and you're thinking of switching out from being salaried to going it alone, then I would say it really does depend on the category and the discipline that you're in. I think a medium kind of, middle experienced consultant, for example, in the field that we work in, training or sort of organizational development, probably about £700 or £800 a day, through to £1,000 a day would be fairly predictable. And then you could take that to more like 1,500 a day if you're a real expert in your area, and maybe even more than that. But obviously you're worth, as a self-employed management consultant, you're worth whatever people are prepared to pay, I suppose. So that is highlighted here as well. Hopefully that's useful, and 3 separate sort of reference points for you. So if you want to chat, and if I can help in any way with regard to this aspect or any other aspect of of your career, getting started, whatever your entry point, then do jump in on the comments below, or drop me a message, or pick up the phone. Why not? So there you go, some salary expectations. We're going to do a little video on early careers, and then a video on more experienced careers. They'll probably be quite brief, and then I'm going to get into the career pathway and the competency framework and some of the qualifications as well in future videos. So thanks very much for joining. Please do like and subscribe and follow along and join the conversation. Yeah, thanks. Cheers.